favorite knitter, here with your breakdown update for Marriage Boot Camp Reality. Here, Love and Hip Hop. I have a BK King XL. I've eaten my fries. I already started on my sandwich, as you guys can see. I have a Diet Coke, and they brought back the funnel cake sticks. Yes, I'm going to eat these. I'm thoroughly going to enjoy these. So, let's get into last night's show. Last night's show was pretty good. It started off with where it picked up from where Soulja Boy had to cook breakfast for everybody, which turned out pretty good. He didn't think he could cook, but he actually scrambled eggs. He made he did a hood fried bologna. I think he did some bacon too, some toast. They had their juice and everything else, and everybody was pleasantly surprised. Even Nia, she said he's never cooked for her. She's never seen him cook for her, and she didn't know he could scramble eggs, which is a good thing, a pleasant surprise. And they complimented him for cooking and serving breakfast, unlike he did for Nia when she actually brought breakfast up to him in bed for him to complain about some Durham jelly. And she even said, "I thank you for cooking breakfast for me," which is all she wanted from him. So from that they proceeded into their first exercise, which was a social media junket. And they had one of the ladies from Bossip in the junket. They had different supposed YouTubers and bloggers and vloggers. I don't know if a lot of them really were bloggers and vloggers, but they were asking very good pointed questions. One asked Jessica and Sean, the guy, he came out and said, "Would you want your daughter to be a stripper?" And Jessica said no, because that's why I did it, so my daughter wouldn't have to do it. Very good answer. Nobody couldn't say anything about that. Then somebody was asking about all the different women who have claimed that Walker had messed with them and was doing this to them and doing that to them. And Walker made a claim: if they're not of the status of my wife or in the caliber of my wife, I don't deal with those kind of women. There is no woman that can say she's of the caliber of my wife. But he was getting mad because they were bringing it up and disrespecting his wife in his presence. That's pretty good for what he needed to do. And then they asked Nia and Fizz about their friendship or relationship. And like they said, we've been friends. We never dated. We never went out. It was just a friendship. We are just truly friends. And that kind of got under Soulja Boy's skin a little bit, and Tiffany's a little bit. But it is what it is. And they asked Tiffany, what was the status of her and Drew's relationship, and she said, "Ask Drew." And he couldn't answer the question. So after the press junket, they went back into the exercise room, and everybody got split up. New couples were made. Tammy was paired with Sean, and they had to help for the table setting for the dinner they were having that night. It was a white and gold dinner, and Sean and Tammy had to set the tables up. Okay, Tiffany and Walker did the centerpieces and place settings, and we'll talk about that later. Mo and Soulja Boy cooked. They did dinner. Carl and Jessica did the drinks. And Nia and Drew, aka Little Fizz, they did dessert. So, going back to Tiffany and Walker, Tiffany was doing the flowers and everything else, and Walker was saying, "Well, I'm going to let you handle that because I really don't know about arranging flowers and how the different things like that." And she was talking about how she would love to get roses from Drew, and he doesn't give her roses. He don't give her flowers when they go to clubs, go out to the club and everything. And Walker made a comment, "Oh, every time we go out, my wife get roses. Not a rose." He said a rose is. He said, "My wife get flowers all the time. I give her flowers. I give her, and when she's not feeling good, when I know something's wrong or bother her, I try to do something to cheer her up, to bring her just to make her feel good. I try to talk to her. I try to do little things to make her feel special and appreciated and wanted," which is what Tiffany wanted. And Walker got confused about the name placings, and he didn't know if you left the full square or you had to fold it in half. And Tiffany showed him what to do, and he went straight to it. She asked his opinion about something about the flowers. He said, "Well, I think you should do it. Might want to try this." She tried it. She liked it, but he did not take over. He let her continue doing what she was doing, which was what she needed. Her main thing was, she said, if Drew was here, he would have taken over and everything. He would just do it all on his own and then would get mad at me if it wasn't done right. So with Little Mo and Soldier Boy, Little Mo told Soldier Boy A, B, C, D, and E. Soldier Boy did A, B, C, D, and E. Everything he needs directed instruction. You tell him what to do. You don't give him a inch of free thought, or he's gonna go off and do what he want to do, and damn what you're trying to do. He needs directed instructions. And they had a good time talking, working together, getting along. Everybody was just copacetic, just parlaying. So we went to Jessica and Carl, and I don't know what kind of drinks they was making over there, but it had fruit, and it had liquor and more liquor and ice and more liquor and more liquor and more liquor. I don't know what kind of rum punch or whatever she was trying to make, some punch or jungle juice, but that's what they made. And they were having a good time just talking and all this other, because he said, I wish Mo would be more free to make a mistake. Don't want to be so, if it's a mistake, oh well, we could just it'll be all right. Just go with the flow. He wants Mo to be more go with the flow, which is understandable. So you had Tiffany, Drew, and Nia. They were doing desserts. Now Nia was more of a dessert person. She knew what she was doing and she was giving him. They were having a good time just being friends. You know how friends cut up, they baking or doing something together. If you mess up, oh well, you mess up, it'll be all right. And that's the attitude they were going with. They did chocolate covered strawberries. They were supposed to do brownies, but I think the brownies got a little burnt. And they did some other kind of dessert. And everybody was having a good time. So after all the tasks were completed, everybody went and changed their clothes. And all the guys came and picked up their prospective dates. And Walker actually brought Tiffany like the 3 little roses as presented them to her as his date, as a gentleman. And and Drew said, and Drew was getting all in his feelings. He was getting all in his feelings, all his nose all out of joint. What kind of mess is this? He trying to show me up. No, he was just being a gentleman. So Nia and Drew, he did pull our seat out, and Fez did pull Nia's seat out, and they sat there and they were talking. They were the first ones to sit down. And what happened was the centerpieces. Tiffany was carrying the centerpieces, and Walker was walking with her. And he said, "Let me be a gentleman and take these out your hand." Since they was coming to the steps. And it was kind of, dewy that night. And he didn't want her to slip, fall, and actually hurt herself with those glass vases with the roses. So he took those. He said, "Let me be a gentleman and take it off." And Eagle Ear, Drew, now what he trying to be funny? He trying to throw slams. Drew was getting very jealous of Walker and Tammy's interaction. Now Tiffany interaction. Now Tammy, Walker's wife, was right behind him, and she said, "Oh my, look at that gentleman. Isn't that nice, a gentleman?" And she was boosting him up by calling him she was boosting her husband's ego by calling him a gentleman when he act like a gentleman. Even Tiffany said, "Oh, that's so nice, such a gentleman." And it was boosting him, and they wasn't just patting him on the head like a good little boy. They were appreciating him being the gentleman that he is. And while they were putting the centerpieces together, he said, "You have to thank my wife for me being a gentleman that I am. My wife makes me want to be more of a gentleman. Not that she demands it. She makes me want to be more of a gentleman." Because you got to remember, they have a daughter that they're raising. And he wants his daughter to have a man to treat her. He wants his daughter to have a man to treat her in a way that she sees her dad treats her mom. As a gentleman, as just a caring protector. That's all that's what he's doing. So that she won't have to go through all the hell that he put her mama through. He trying to show her better. And it was nice. And Jessica and Carl, they passed out them drinks. Everybody said, "What is this?" He said, "Jessica made it, so just drink it." And they were having a good time. Now, the way the seating was set up, you had Tammy and Sean, you had Walker and Tiffany, you had Jessica and Carl, you had Mo and Soldier Boy, then you had Nia and Drew. And actually, I missed this part. Tammy talked to Sean about the way he come at Jessica about her clothes. She said, "There's a way you can get it done and not be nasty and ugly and not get a defensive response from Tammy." He said, I'm gonna say Jessica. She said finesse her. Say, baby, I like that dress. I really do. But that black dress you got in the closet, that makes me feel good when somebody eyeing you and I know you on my arm. You're my woman. Finesse her into changing her clothes, not demand that she change her clothes. So that's how that's how their conversation went. And so back to the dinner. Back during the dinner, I think Tiffany dropped her fork or spoon, and Walker said, "You know what? I haven't used my silverware, my spoon or fork yet. You use this, and I'll go get me another one. Since you're already sitting down, there's no need for you to get up. Let me be the gentleman and give you mine." And all the women, oh, that's so much of a gentleman. What? They were so impressed. He said it once again. Y'all need to thank my wife for me being the gentleman that I am. She makes me to want to be this gentleman. That's what that was his thing. His wife makes him want to be this gentleman. She don't demand it. She deserves it. That's what he basically said. My wife deserves me to be a gentleman. And that what Fizz wasn't hearing. He was hearing, oh, she done it telling my business. She talking about me. She didn't say a thing about Fizz ass. She was just enjoying somebody treating her like a lady. So Judge Lynn Toler came out, and the doctors came out, and everybody, they asked each couple, do you know why you were put with this person? And everybody figured out it's what you are missing. It's the person they were put with was the exact opposite of their mate. And Tiffany said, they told Tiffany, this is the most we've seen you smile, you've laughed, you're actually, she always, talking with the other ladies and investigating and just congregating with other ladies. But this the most she's seen her in a whole mixed group talk and laugh and just have a good time. And that just rubbed Drew the wrong way. Then when you got down to Drew and Nia, do y'all know why y'all together? Because we used to be friends, because we were friends, and people think that we've been more than just friends, and they say that's exactly right. He said, but you know what? You got to realize, y'all friendship, the thing that you want is what y'all have. What you want in your relationship is what y'all have, because as y'all being friends, you weren't expecting her to be perfect. She didn't blow up when you burnt the brownies. In order to, y'all just laughed it off and kept going and being good friends. Maybe that's what you need to realize you need to do with Tiffany. You need to be her friend first before you try to be her man. So Judge Toler gave everybody their cell phones back for this one exercise and told them to put on something, to go to social media, go to Instagram, and put something on Instagram they never would tell anybody else. Walker put up about he needs to be more loving and more understanding and more of a gentleman to his wife. I'm the gentleman that my wife deserves. I'm trying to be the gentleman that my wife deserves, something like that. Tammy put down I'm not as considerate as I can be. Sean, because Judge Lynn got on Sean about his mouth, she told him, don't you ever let me hear you refer to Jessica as unclassy. Take that out your vocabulary, because that woman gave the classiest response to that question that was thrown in her face about the stripper that anybody could give, and don't you ever let me hear you say she's unclassy. So he put on his Instagram, my wife is more classier than I am. I'm so unclassified. Now that was, he's learning. So, Lil Mo put, sometimes I don't feel needed. Most time I don't feel needed or wanted. And Carl said that's a lie, because I try to let her know I need and want her every day. She might not be receiving it, but he's trying to put it out there. Nia put out, I'm not as forgiving as I thought I was. Which was a good, Judge Toler said that's very observant. And unbeknownst to everybody else except for Mo, Soulja Boy, it made his eye twitch. It kicked something in, and she saw a whole change on his face. The mask, just the whole persona changed when she said, I'm not as forgiving as I thought I was. So at the end of the show, I haven't eaten a bit. At the end of the show, at the end of the show, Mo made a comment, Walker is finna go off. He finna go ham because of that comment she made about her not being as forgiving. And when the show goes off, oh, you don't forgive me? You always lying and bullshit about you forgive me? What kind of shit is that? Oh, he was going ham. You just a liar. You just a bitch ass liar. He was going in on Nia about lying about. She said, I thought I forgave you, but I realized I didn't. She said, it's hard to forget. It's hard to forgive when I keep getting the same thing done over and over again. And that's how the show ends. Guys, the show is getting good. It's not, I'm proud of them not being all out ratchet. Because if you ever watch the marriage boot camp before some of the other couples, the other seasons, oh my God. These couples have been ratchet. And especially if you've seen when Mama D was on it last season, oh my God. You would think at a certain age you wouldn't say or do certain things. But I promise you, Mama D went in last year. I might do a flashback breakdown on the last year's season. Let me know in the comments if you want that. Because I can go back and do a flashback on that one. And then they had a year where Chad Ochocinco and his mama was on there. They had the family boot camp. Ooh, that was a good season. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go while I finish this burger. I want you guys to have a great day. I hope those that's in the freezing Arctic air get some stay warm and stay safe. Us down here in the South, we're getting some heat. It's supposed to be 60-something degrees down here in South Carolina. But you guys have a great day and keep doing what you do to make you happy and feel good. Y'all have a blessed one. Talk to you later. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. See you guys later. Bye.